Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome for the first time. My name is Carrie, I live in New York, and I make videos about home decor, style, and life in New York City. And today I have a home decor video for you, and I will be going through the top 10 places to buy furniture and decor. I'm kind of gearing these tips specifically for millennials or people who are maybe furnishing their first apartment or their first kind of more permanent apartment, and things that are a little bit more accessible to everyone. These are places that I personally turned to when I was furnishing this apartment, which if you haven't seen my apartment tour yet, I will have it linked below, so make sure you go watch that. These places are in no particular order. I'm not really ranking them, especially because they all kind of offer different things. So I thought just an easy way to organize it would be A to Z. Also, just want to mention that this video actually is in partnership with a brand, and I could not be more thrilled about who it is. This video is in partnership with Article. They have some really awesome styles, so I'm really excited to share them with you, and I will be getting more into that in this video. Before we jump into the video, just be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are not already. Turn on your post notifications too, because I post every Thursday at 5 p.m. and let's just jump right into the video. Alright, so if you are a person who uses the internet on a regular basis, this one should come as no surprise at all. Kicking right off with letter A, it is Amazon. Amazon has literally everything you could ever want, and they are especially stocked in terms of furniture and decor. If you have Amazon Prime, it can be a great option too, because things come in 2 days, you don't have to wait very long. Personally, my bed frame, my chairs, some of my picture frames, and other small decor pieces are from Amazon, as well as tools that I've used to do my DIYs. I personally haven't done this, but I also have friends who have gotten mattresses and couches. The one thing I will say though is that I guess in some cases, some of the pieces are a little bit more basic and not necessarily as stylish as you might find at like places that have more of a specific aesthetic to them, if that makes sense. And then if you're DIY savvy, it's really good to just get the basic pieces there. Also, Jonathan Adler, who is my home design icon, has a collection with them called Now House. I have a ton of his stuff throughout my apartment, and it is very stylish at a much more affordable price point. Yeah, just make sure you read through the reviews and read through enough of them to get like a fair idea of what to expect. Second on the list is Anthropologie. I debated putting this one on here because I honestly think some of their furniture is overpriced, and also their stuff is mostly a very specific aesthetic. It's very like boho, that's just what their brand is. But the reason I did leave this on here is because I think while their big furniture, like their couches and stuff, are super expensive and it's totally not attainable at all, and I have no idea what the quality is actually like, I do think they have really good like smaller pieces, specifically hardware and like dinnerware, that kind of stuff. One of my personal favorite things to do to elevate furniture pieces is to replace the handles on them, and Anthropologie has honestly a really great selection and a pretty varied selection as well. So they have some that are more sleek and gold, as well as some that are more kind of eclectic. They're also really good quality, and they're pretty fairly priced. So Anthropologie is number 2 on the list. Okay, moving right along. Next on the list we have Article, who, like I said in the intro, I have partnered with for this video. And I actually have a few of their pieces in my apartment. One of them is in this very shot, if you can guess what it is. Hint hint. Just want to give a quick disclaimer, because I know people can be really weird about, you know, partnerships or sponsorships. I am making a promise to you guys right now that I will never be sharing anything that I don't truly love and would pay full price for and buy with my own money. By day, I work in branded content. I'm a branded content beauty editor, so I truly understand what it means to work with brands and put even more weight on doing these kind of partnerships. Yeah, just felt like I wanted to say that really quickly, just to make sure we were all on the same page with that. If you are not familiar with Article, they are an original modern furniture brand that is able to offer really stylish, well-made furniture at a more reasonable price point than you might find with other brands that have showrooms and stuff like that. Article doesn't have showrooms. It's all e-commerce done online. I am a huge fan of Article, and I have been for a long time. When I was furnishing my apartment right now, I stumbled upon one of their couches, which is green. If you know anything about me, it should be that my favorite color is green, but I already owned a couch, and so it just wasn't the right time, but it is still high on my list. The reason why I want to put Article on this list over any of the other brands that you might know of is because I think Article has a really good range of products. Specifically, they have a ton of different styles that really fit different decor aesthetics and preferences. The reason I'm putting them on this list too is because while I am all for saving money and, you know, being more economical in certain places, there are also definitely places where I totally stand behind investing in and saving up for if you need to. Those places for me are things like a couch, or really key decor pieces, or things that you really just can't find anywhere else in the style that you want them, as well as pieces that are going to be really versatile and really good quality and last for a very long time. So if you find a piece that you think you can easily bring to different apartments and that you can grow with and kind of shift your taste with, in a lot of cases you really are paying for that better quality, and it really is worth it. Just my 2 cents on that. So I'm a super big fan of Article. If you do decide to get something like a couch or a bigger ticket item, they have free shipping over $999, as well as, and this is really important, a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So if you get something in your space and you decide you don't actually love it, you can return it. Number 4 on my list is Craigslist. Now, I know that there is always a lot of controversy around Craigslist. Should you use it? Should you not? Is it safe? All very valid, but also I think that Craigslist can be such a valuable resource for so many different things. You can often find stuff that people are just trying to get rid of on there that you never know might be a total gem, or you can also find things that are a significant amount of money off but might normally be like very expensive. The only thing with Craigslist is just, be safe, use your best judgment. If something seems sketchy, don't do it. And if you're gonna go pick something up or look at a piece in person, maybe bring a friend with you if you're worried. Don't be afraid to ask questions for more photos, ask for the dimensions, or anything that you feel like you need in order to decide if you want to purchase something. Moving down the alphabet again, number 5 on the list is Etsy, and this is one of my favorite places on the internet for so many different reasons. Etsy, first of all, has literally everything you could imagine, similar to Amazon, except it's just a little bit more homegrown, handmade, a little bit more stylish. Etsy is great because it's a way to make really unique pieces really accessible to a lot of people. I've gotten tons of stuff from Etsy, and it is my favorite place to buy my removable wallpapers, which I have throughout my apartment. Also, the great thing about Etsy is that the majority of the stuff is custom or handmade. So if there's something that you want changed a little bit to kind of meet your needs or your preferences, you can always contact the seller and see what they can do. I have done that with almost every Etsy purchase I've ever made, and people are always really responsive and super helpful. Whether you need custom sizes, custom colors, you want your name on something, or anything. And I love supporting people who are making art or have small businesses. There are also a lot of sellers who have really well curated kind of vintage finds that they have picked up at different places and are reselling. So definitely take a look at some of that stuff. Number 6 on the list is Home Depot, actually. This is maybe a little bit obvious, especially if you have ever done any type of decor project before, but it also, I think, is something that a lot of people don't think about when they're furnishing their spaces, especially in all of the different ways that you could be thinking about it. I think a lot of people maybe think of Home Depot as the first place to go for paint or your lighting fixtures maybe, or something like that, but they really have everything. If you are really trying to do a full DIY situation, they have so many different things that you can pick up that can help you do that. Kind of similar to Amazon though, a lot of the stuff might be a little bit more basic, but if you just do a little DIY magic on it and add some, style to it, I guess, you can really spice up Home Depot pieces. Also, if you do think of it as a place where you get your paint, that's also a great reason to have Home Depot top of mind, because I think the power of a can of paint is strong and you can do a lot with paint. If you maybe don't want to invest in a wallpaper situation to make an accent wall, a can of paint can do a lot. If you're the type of person who's willing to kind of DIY your own furniture as well, it can be a really great place to just grab the hardware you need. For example, my friend found a really cool plank of wood at a furniture thrift store and turned it into a one-of-a-kind coffee table by just buying little hairpin legs and attaching them to the bottom of it. Super easy, and no one else has that piece that she has. And the last thing I want to mention about Home Depot is that they actually have a pretty decent selection of furniture that I think maybe a lot of people don't think of. I'm not sure if they have it in store, but just browse around their website and see if they have something you like. So that is number 6, and we're moving on to number 7. Number 7 on the list is Overstock. My first impression from Overstock when I first used it was that it seemed very like spammy and maybe a little bit questionable, but they are actually a really good resource for furniture, and I have gotten a lot of things that I really like from there. Especially for some reason I feel like their rug selection is particularly good and particularly affordable as well. There are a lot of things on Overstock that I haven't seen anywhere else, or that I've seen similar versions of, but Overstock maybe has a little bit different one or a little bit better. Just use the same kind of guidelines as you would with any other online furniture place, so make sure you read the reviews and see what people are saying. Their stuff is almost always on sale too, which is a great perk. So yeah, not too much to say about that, just that it's a really good source to look for things. Number 8 on the list is another thing that I am surrounded by in the frame here, as you can kind of see behind me as well, and that is Society6. If you don't know what Society6 is, it's a platform where a bunch of artists sell their art, and that can can come in tons of different forms. It can come in prints, it can come in pre-framed prints, trays and shower curtains and pillows, and I think they have leggings. Like, there's so many different things. But what I really love most about Society 6 is the fact that there are so many incredible artists on there selling their stuff. I will leave a few of my favorites linked below if you have a similar taste in art to me. I particularly do like that they have a pre-framing option. Framing things can often be one of the things that takes the longest and is the thing that like you procrastinate on the most. And so having that like pre-framed option is really nice, and it encourages you to like get things up on your walls faster. And the other thing is that Society 6 is literally always on sale. So don't buy anything full price on there ever. And I don't even know if you could, because there are sales so often. They usually have at least 20%, but I have gotten a lot of my stuff for 40, and it makes the frame prints super, super cheap. So highly, highly recommend that one. All right, we're so close to the end. Number 9 is vintage and thrift stores. And I would also include antique stores in the mix here too. Living in New York personally gives me so many options. There are all kinds of different places and ways to buy vintage or thrifted furniture here, especially in Brooklyn. But you can also look for pieces at your local Salvation Army if they sell furniture and other things like that. If you do live in New York, a few of my favorite places are Mother of Junk in Williamsburg, the Dobbin Street Co-op, which has I think 3 locations out in Brooklyn. Reuse America is an incredible space, but also a very insane space, as well as Brooklyn Flea. I could literally make a whole video about vintage places to shop in New York, so if you're interested in that, if you're local, let me know, I could do that. Places like this usually have all kinds of different things, from large scale furniture to decor to dinner and serveware to mirrors, especially mirrors, it's my favorite thing to buy from those places, to frames, to rugs, to literally everything. I do think that they are in general just like gold mines for things that are really unique or affordable, or maybe they're from a different time period, as well as like really well made furniture. I think they have a lot of like genuine solid wood stuff. All right guys, we have reached number 10 on the list, and if you are someone who has ever shopped for furniture online, you probably know what this is, and it is Wayfair, as well as the other companies that they own, which you might not know that they're all the same company, but it's Wayfair, Joss & Main, and All Modern are all under the same umbrella, as well as a few other places that I'm less familiar with, but I will look them up and put them on the screen here. I really don't think I can make a video like this without mentioning Wayfair, because they really do have so much stuff that satisfy all kinds of different tastes, all kinds of price points. They have things that are like ready to be in your space. They have things that you can easily reimagine with DIYs. The one thing with Wayfair and the sites that it owns, I would say the majority of pieces that aren't like a couch or a chair or something like that, you do have to build yourself. So it is like IKEA kind of in that way. And real quick, I just want to say I chose not to put IKEA on this list, and I chose Wayfair and its brands instead, because I do think that they just have a little bit more and a little bit more stylish stuff, whereas IKEA is a little bit more basic. But I do think that their prices are very comparable, and very much like Overstock, they always have sales. So I think that is a great place to go ahead and close out this list of my top 10 favorite places to buy furniture and decor pieces. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was helpful to you if you are currently in the midst of furnishing an apartment, if you're gonna be doing it soon, or if you just wanna have tips in your back pocket for later. There are obviously so many places that I missed on this list and that aren't on here and that I don't even know about. So if you have any favorites that are not on this list, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you wanna see more decor content, make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notifications to be notified when I post my new videos at 5 p.m. EST on Thursdays. And once again, thank you so much to Article for partnering with me on this video. I will have more content with them coming very soon, as well as so much more home decor. So stay tuned for all of that, and I will see you guys next week on the next video. Bye.